Four Good Working Habits by Dale Carnegie, Part-3. Narration by Riazul Islam Khan. Good working habit number 2. Do things in the order of their importance. Henry L. Harry, founder of the nationwide cities service company, said that regardless of how much salary he paid, their two abilities, he found it almost impossible to find. These two priceless abilities are: first, the ability to think; second, the ability to do things in the order of their importance. Charles Luckman, lad who started from scratch and climbed in 12 years to president of the Pepsodent Company, got a salary of $100,000 a year and made $1 million besides. That lad declares that he owes much of his success to developing the two abilities that Henry L. Harry said he found almost impossible to find. Charles Luckman said, "As far back as I can remember, I have gotten up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I can think better than any other time. I can think better than and plan my day. Plan to do things in the order of their importance." Franklin, one of America's most successful insurance salesmen, doesn't wait until 5 o'clock in the morning to plan his day. He plans in the night before, set a goal for himself, a goal to sell a certain amount of insurance that day. If he fails, that amount is added to the next day, and so on. I know from long experience that one is not always able to do things in the order of their importance, but I also know that some kind of plan to do first things first is infinity better than extemporizing as you go along. If George Bernard Shaw had not made it a rigid rule to do first things first, he would probably have failed as a writer and might have remained a bank cashier all his life. His plan called for writing 5 pages each day. That plan inspired him to go right on writing 5 pages a day for 9 heartbreaking years, even though he made a total of only $30 in those 9 years about a penny a day. Even Robinson Crusoe wrote out a schedule of what he would do each hour of the day. Good working habit number 3: when you face a problem, solve it then and there. If you have the facts necessary to make a decision, don't keep putting off decisions. One of my former students, the late H.P. Howell, told me that when he was member of the board of directors of US Steel, the meetings of the board were often long drawn out affairs. Many problems were discussed, few decisions were made. The result: each member of the day, each member of the board had, had to carry home bundles of reports to study. Finally, Mr. Howell persuaded the board of directors to take up one problem at a time and come to a decision. No procrastination, no putting off. The decision might be to do something or do nothing, but a decision was reached on each problem before passing on to the next. Miss Ho Gay told me that the results were tracking and salutary. The docket was cleared, the calendar was clean. No longer was it necessary for each member to carry home a bundle of reports. No longer was there a worried sense of unresolved problems. A good rule not only for the board of directors of US Steel, but for you and me. Good working habit number 4: learn to organize, deputize, and supervise to a premature grave because he has never learned to delegate responsibility to others, insists on doing everything himself, resolve details, and confusion overwhelm him. He is driven by a sense of hurry worry, anxiety and tension and fatigue. The man who built up a big business and doesn't learn to organize, deputize, and supervise usually pops off with heart trouble caused by worries, wants specific insurance, look at the death notices, says, and your local paper. That's it. Thank you.